Arena Clash, a grassroots esports tournament run up and down the UK. Each week here on the Sunday Recap, we'll be catching up on all the week's action and major plays, meeting players from the teams, and looking forward to the week ahead. This is where esports begins.
Hello and welcome to the Belong Arena Clash Sunday Recap Show, and I have missed you so much. I know it's been 2 weeks. I wrote, I called, you didn't answer, but you're here, you're back with us now, and I'm so happy to see you. I'm Abominable, and I've got with me the wonderful Vals. It wouldn't be right if we didn't have an Overwatch caster on the show. I think I've completed my full set now. How's it going, Vals?
We're breeding too quickly, can't keep up.
Wow, you are rare gremlins, I must say. Now, I thought what we'd do, as we've done with all the other guests, is just have a little bit of a get-to-know-you question. So, look, you've got the whole sofa to yourself there. Enjoy yourself. Just have a lean back, relax. Okay, so what was the first game you've ever played?
The first game I remember playing was Pac-Man World 2 with my dad. I would play all the normal platforming levels, and I would get my dad to do all the boss fights for me because I had no idea what I was doing.
That game was actually really hard, wasn't it? That was the one that was a side-scrolling jumper platformer.
It was like a 3D platformer where you're Pac-Man and you need to go chase down all these ghosts that have escaped. And it probably took me about a week to complete each level because I had no idea what I was doing. And then boss fights, I was even worse, so I had to bring my dad in to do it for me.
Good answer. I like it. What's your favourite game of all time?
I think it would have to be the game I've sunk the most time into, Europa Universalis 4, which is a strategy game by Paradox Plaza, which is kind of like just a historical game of Risk, lots of like map painting and micromanagement and stuff.
Dude, let me just cut you off. Are you just trying to sound cool with your answer? Or
no,
this is
a really nerdy game, but I've sunk thousands of hours into this game.
I said to you before we went live, I said, think of something that maybe, don't try and sound cool, don't choose something that maybe Edge magazine would say one of the greatest games of all time. If it's embarrassing, go embarrassing, but you saying it's this, what's it called again?
Europa Universalis.
Oh, oh, right, okay, I know the game, okay. Very good. Which game would you like to see in the Arena Clash, if, the one that isn't already in there?
Binding of Isaac.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I play a lot of Binding of Isaac as well. I think you could have a fun thing where you give two people the same seed and watch them do a run together, and whoever reaches the end first wins. I think that would be fun to commentate.
Okay. Let's go even further. Let's do one more.
Okay.
As you're on your own. So, if you had to cast a game, one of the existing games, and it wasn't Overwatch, which one would you choose and why?
I think I would go with Siege. I don't know a great deal, especially, at least not enough to cast any of them of the other games, unfortunately, but Siege is the one that looks the most interesting to me, I think. There's a lot going on there with all the different operators and how they interact, lots of the map control and sightlines really interest me. Siege is a game I'd like to learn a bit more about, and I'd like to cast it once I've learned more about it.
And it is another first-person shooter.
Yeah.
What's your greatest fear? Sorry, no, I've got carried away there. Sit up, sorry, I got carried away, I thought it was somewhere else. So let's talk about Overwatch, okay?
Overwatch.
That's why you're here, and
yes.
It's our first game. So how have you found the season so far? It's your first season as a caster.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've seen some interesting compositions. I've definitely appreciated teams that like to mix up. I think it was like Craig Avon one week, who ran exclusively Orisa-based compositions, and it was a little bit more successful than we actually expected, so I definitely appreciated teams that haven't been afraid to mix things up, come up with these new creative strategies. That's been a lot of fun to watch.
And of course, I ask this question each week, but I'm putting a new spin in it. So we've actually seen Baptiste now. We've actually seen him in play. Yes. Could you talk to me about the invulnerability field, how it really works, how you can negate it?
So the invulnerability field was actually maybe my biggest concern about Baptiste when he was released. I was unsure how that would affect the game. I felt like it would be a bit too strong of a mechanic. But what we found in actual games with Baptiste is that it's only 250 health on the invulnerability field drone itself. It's actually quite easy to break, so it's only really if you've got like a bunker set up with an Orisa, or if you can place the drone like round a corner so it's hard for enemies to get sightlines on it. That's the only way you can get value out of it. It's not a great offensive tool. It's definitely going for these defensive setups. So
you would only maybe literally use him on certain stages where you can prevent the line of sight to that drone.
Yeah, it's only if you can shield the drone, like with an Orisa or a Reinhardt, or if you have on a corner you can sneak it around. Definitely something you would use on high ground a lot, where there's not quite the same sightlines.
And is GOAT still the dominant strategy right now?
It looks like it's going to be, yeah. We've seen teams mix it up, particularly we've seen a lot of strong Doomfist play from Kotanks this week. Great player. But yeah, it looks like GOAT's not the be-all and end-all it used to be, but it's still the dominant strategy, partially because teams are just so used to running it.
I see. Now, you are a coach, and I'm also have a kind of a coaching role in Tekken. Yes. I'm interested. We're going into the Belong Arena finals. The updates happened really, really short time before those finals. From a coaching perspective, a preparation perspective, does that change the prep? Do you have to run a lot more scenarios? Do you have to have more than just one plan B? How does that work?
I think it doesn't change it that much. Obviously, you can't just go with the same game plan you had before, even though GOAT is still pretty strong. It's what all the teams are used to running, and if you're a strong GOAT team, you can just keep doing that. It's definitely got more weaknesses, so you have to put more game planning into thinking what the weaknesses of your strategies are, what different kind of comps we could see, and we are seeing a little bit more variety on certain maps. So, yeah, you do have to have maybe a couple extra plan Bs, plan Cs, but I think it's still just planning on top of the GOAT's compositions to see, and I'm not expecting too much variation, unfortunately.
Right, so we may see one of the classic kind of meta matches in the final, you never know.
Yes.
Okay, so without spoiling it, and it's kind of difficult sometimes, tell me what we should expect to see in the highlights that are coming up and things to look out for.
Maybe a little bit contradictory to what I've just said. We've seen some great DPS play this week. Obviously not everywhere. There's a lot of places where GOAT is still strong, but Kotanks again, very strong player on the Doomfist and the Pharah. Wallaby had a great week on the Hunter as well. Definitely some players to watch out for.
Okay, well I can't wait. Let's have a look.
Hello, good evening, welcome, salutations, all that good stuff. We're live with another Belong.gg Arena Clash. I'm Big Hungry Phil.
I'm Vals. Hello.
How are you feeling, Vals?
I'm feeling good.
So we're going to be starting off this evening with Spartans versus Guardians.
All across the board is going to be online for this next fight.
Yeah, but now they're just missing Padshak's ultimate to have the full swip, and Cerbrek, second time in a row, learn the lesson, buddy. Getting in there, Feazdog with the high energy, trying to get that melee right-click combo. Kotanks with the follow-up, and they're able to push right the way up to spawn. Yeah, Guardians going for a wraparound from behind, trying to get into point that way. Feazdog giving up a little bit of space, not quite able for the Guardians to get in, but Cerbrek finds a quick one with Fire Strike. Padshak, I hadn't finished talking about the last kill, and you stick another 4, 5 on the kill feed. Padshak, do you even need anybody else on your team at this point? It's interesting that we've got the two main sort of CC ults from the tanks in Reinhardt and Zarya, more or less in lockstep in the past couple of fights in terms of who's generating ult. So Feazdog, if this again can be a good Graviton Surge, it'd be big. It needs to be a bigger fight-winning ultimate than that, unfortunately. Kotanks eats taps is Graviton Surge. That is quite a good opening, even if it's not a kill. Getting rid of that is pretty good value. Feazdog has the energy to do the heavy lifting, takes out 2 Lionia with the third. This is going to be Spartans retaking control of the point. I can't see anybody coming back from that.
And that's crucial from Kotanks. Securing the Graviton means there's no counterplay for Guardians. There's no way back into that fight once Tap's ultimate gets eaten. And that's going to be, after looking really rocky in Night Market, they're going for a nice, safe, free composition again.
Yeah, but they have to be careful because they are coming into Genji's Dragon Strike and they need to play grouped up. Speaking of which, out it comes. Nothing out of that, unfortunately. They were slightly ahead of that Dragon. Nothing coming out of that ultimate. Are we going to see Genji come back in? That Feazdog, not with a huge amount of damage, able to just get in there and pepper it a little bit. Cheek22 has committed the primal rage to the fight, and we're going to see kills start to come in for Spartans. If they can body block this door, this is going to be all they need to do to cap the point. Cerbrek, don't know what was happening there, but he's back with the team now.
And it looked like that might have been a perfect May War from Kotanks, but then on Cerbrek getting the pick, but Hogu finds a 2k.
Yeah, and Padshak comes back in with the rally, and a big shatter comes in, puts 4 on the ground. There's no follow-up damage, unfortunately, thanks to the support abilities and support ults online. Tap gets the opener in the fight, and that is going to be how the cookie crumbles with Guardians take out the rest of Spartans. I swear at that first instance, it was just Cerbrek pushing up alone. There's a Graviton Surge from downtown. Can they get the damage in over the top of the knee to make it pay off? Yes, look at that. The blizzard coming out from Kotanks, actually finding some value. Spartans looking, again, really strong on this composition. Guardians need to get in quickly. Someone needs to come in and tick this overtime. Wick, Padshak throwing the rally into the fight. Graviton Surge from downtown. Not a lot coming out of it just yet. There's the self-destruct from Kotanks. Finds Hogu. Transcendence coming out. Rally on top. Genji finds 1. This is 1 for 1 on Diva Bombs. And we are now in overtime. So if Spartans can just win out this last team fight, they are going to take Dorado.
So that's Spartans taking Dorado. As you were saying, it's a nice clean-up. They did have 6 ultimates going to the last fight.
Spartans on a huge tear here, but no 2 go down for Guardians. This is the barrage, though, and the barrage comes in, finds 4! Kotanks with the 4k, you madman! And then the follow-up on Genji almost casually at the end of the fight there. Kotanks drops in a really aggressive positioning, receives the nano boost. Are we looking for the barrage? Yes, barrage straight onto the main tank. A lot of that going into the Diva, but still managing to find Shredmisha in that exchange. Scrubs comes in with a 2, taking down both supports for Spartans. If there was ever going to be an opening for Guardians, it was that, but there is nobody left alive.
I don't think they're going to roll out on this 5 DPS offense. They're just going to be scouting, seeing what the defense is, and then making the adjustment. But Kotanks and Padshak in particular, don't expect them to swap. Sombra, Genji, Dive is one of the best counters to this. Build up their EMP, and that's your win condition.
Yeah, it's 1 ultimate used on this incredibly clumped up team. Kotanks is looking out the back. They found him. There he is. Get him, guys. No, okay, he manages to get away, not wanting to invest too much into the chase, but he's just going to be round that side, looking to get... Oh, that was very dangerous. We did see very, very low health on Scrub, but Hogu and Scrub going down very quickly. Yes, the teleporter has come round and allowed to get out the way, but having lost 2 already, frankly, Kotanks can just stand on point, and they can't really get much of a position to contest, especially because Padshak is in the back, causing havoc. Nothing really left for the Guardians. Guardians. That is going to be Volskaya taken in pretty quick time, and Spartans taking not only the map, but the series and moving forwards onto the next round. We're getting ready for match number two, match number two, which is going to be Vikings Steelers. Now, I'm going to admit to having a slight vested interest here, because those guys on Vikings, a lot of them come from near where I grew up, so they have a place in my heart.
I wouldn't count out the Vikings, though. We know they've got some incredible players. They could still make a play here. Yeah,
but that's going to be the signal for Steelers to go. The rally comes into the fight. There's the Graviton Surge, locking them into place. And we saw Fives commit the sound barrier. Self-destruct coming in over the top, taking out Fabrications and Fives. Steelers, with just those two ultimates, come screaming back into the fight and knock Vikings out of position. They are going to retreat to point. Viola manages to get an early pick on Steelers, and it's a key pick, sending Ruggy Ram down. This is a good opening. They need to get in and start piling the damage in on the top. Here's a Graviton Surge. Blizzard comes out as an answer from Wallaby, and the sound barrier from Leonid is going to keep them all alive through that damage. So when the dust settles, nothing really changed in that team fight. Ruggy Ram coming in with the hammer, but Jazzy Choi getting the better of that exchange. Ruggy Ram off the side, taking who even did take with him? Taking Wallaby with him, I think, and that is going to be Steelers maintaining possession of the point as we hit 95%.
In that situation, you take that trade. Steelers need to be trading down. Fabrication is going to be the last one touching point, but gets taken out, and that's going to be Steelers 2-0. Taking Lijiang Tower.
Steelers coming up very close to a classic ult combo that we don't see much anymore. Very nearly got that Dragon Blade Graviton Surge combo. Well, we're not going to get that. No, we are going to get that. Managing to get that very quickly. There's the Dragon Slash taking down Fives, and Jazzy Choi getting the D-Mech. Fabrication is going to... So Wallaby, though, with the quick equalizer, finding two in that fight. Sadly, very few people left from his team to follow up, getting out of trouble there.
The Vikings only need to get halfway through this point 8, and they can play aggressive. What are they? Mortaring into spawn, trying to build up to that Graviton. Aggression needs to be crucial with the Transcendence here. Quantum, going up against the tanks, did build up a barrage here, so maybe there's an opening for the defense.
Yeah, here we go, looking to get into an aggressive position. Out it comes, nothing doing though, straight into that defense matrix. That's unfortunate, but Ruggy Ram, using that moment of distraction, gets Wallaby, but it's not going to be enough because Fabrication and Fives come back in with the two. Transcendence does come out from aggression, but there is not much left to go. Vikings are very close to getting this payload. Quantum takes out Fabrication in the meantime, and is Reinhardt v Reinhardt on the point. Vice versus Ruggy Ram, both of them getting very, very low. Ruggy Ram having to back off there. We are going to see kills start to come through for Vikings. This is looking very, very good for them. Graviton Surge locks them onto the point, but we've got the sound barrier ready to go, and here's the D.Va self-destruct. Finds Carulius in the fight. Nobody left from Steelers as Vikings take us to 1-1 in the series.
Vikings, they're in dire straits right now. Last minute push. They have the rally, the Earth Shadow online. They need for Steelers to come to point so they can get value out of Jazzy Choi's Earth Shadow, but they don't have anything online. Steelers, they've got the Molten Core again. They've got the self-destruct to clear the point.
Yeah, well, there is the Molten Core, and Jazzy Joy gets boosted right up onto the point, sadly not able to capitalise it, knocked right down again. Quantum getting that kill. Vanta taken down by the follow-up. Here's the self-destruct. It would need to be huge. It is not, unfortunately. Nice try. Jazzy Choi still has that ultimate online, but they're not going to get back in time. Another turbocharger. Quantum, rank 1 Torb, getting so much benefit from it. And we're just going to see a Riptire taking Jazzy Choi out before they can touch the point. And that's going to be a full hold.
So the Widowmaker and Genji are here online. Rank 1 Torb kind of frustrated. He wants to try and find a pick here. Quantum is going to have a hard time diving into the setup without a Winston on the field, but maybe they can make it work, and they do have 2 tank ultimates coming online.
Yeah, I suspect we're going to see a change once Program has had chance to actually use this, but with 60 seconds left on the clock, Quantum getting a quick quarter of that ultimate charge in that fight. Banter in the background, self-destruct in over the top, and it finds 3 for Carulius. That is just the opening they required. We would need one heck of a defense, which we are not going to get. Steelers coming in strong on the back of that D.Va bomb. It's unfortunate. It was a good try from Vikings, but here we go, all over and done with as Steelers managed to take Anubis. Yeah, Fabrication's playing a little bit carefully, using that Concussive Blast to get them into a relatively better position. There's a Graviton Surge, and a barrage in over the top, finds 1 before Aggression gets it, but the tanks come swinging back in for Steelers to more than equalise and knock them off point. 1k and the follow-up with just the regular old blaster from Caduceus. Carulius even.
Yeah, perfectly timed Graviton from Rank 1 Torb and beautiful follow-up from the Steelers.
Ruggy Ram gets stunned, nothing doing from that. No, goes down. Wallaby with a high charge. Zarya particle cannon getting in on the back of that. Viola has that ultimate online. It's helping keep the team up. It's helping keep the enemy team down. And here we go. It's aggression time for Vikings as they feature in the kill feed. Rank 1 Torb with the back smacked down by the hammer. 1 minute 36 seconds left on the clock. Wallaby has the Graviton Surge. We may see it used here to stick the enemy team off the point. There it is with the Earth Shatter in over the top just for good measure.
And that's going to be the second round of Blizzard World coming up. You need to make this work, but you've got the Valkyrie to burst through. Quantum's gonna have the Riptide, and Rank 1 Torb nearly at the Molten Core as well.
Yeah, this is a very, very dangerous ground for Vikings. Any one of these ults can and has already in this match shut down the attacking phase. Wallaby does find Quantum. That's big. That's the opening he wanted, but no, immediately brought back in by the Resurrection. And here's the Riptire. Round and around the Riptire goes. Where it stops, no one knows. Right in Fabrication's face. That's where it stops. And we also got the Molten Core thrown onto the point. 8 seconds left to go. And there's very little that Vikings can do. Too many people down, no damage left. Diva Bomb finds nothing. Wallaby does manage to get one with the Dragon Strike, but it's not going to be enough because there's just too much damage to Steelers, particularly with the boost online from the Orisa Turbocharger, and that is going to see Steelers take not only Blizzard World but the entirety of the series and move forward to the next round of the playoff bracket.
Okay, so next week is going to be matchups between the Saints and the Steelers, who we've just seen, versus the dominant Spartans from our first game, going up against the Claymores. Two very exciting series.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Belong.gg Arena Clash Overwatch Play of the Week, and this week we're going to be giving it to Kotanks playing Doomfist on Dorado in a map between Spartans and Guardians. Let's have a look at the VT.
Yeah, perfect work by Kotanks. Starts off, just checks down the alley, sees the Reinhardt, and charges up his rocket punch, saves the Mercy from the charge, and stops the Reinhardt contesting second, and then just goes on a rampage.
Yeah, and then from here, it's just full aggro mode, coming in, looking for targets left and right, waiting for those cooldowns to come back in, chases down the Zarya, finishes her off with a left click and a bit of help from the tank lineup.
Yeah, and then it's just all-out aggression. Finds the pick onto the Widowmaker, a crucial rocket punch to take out the Lucio, and then pops the Meteor Strike.
Get in, not only securing the kill onto the Hanzo, but finding the Ana in spawn. Then finally the poor defenseless Reinhardt gets taken down right at the end of that before Kotanks retreats back to the relative safety of their team.
Felt bad to be that Reinhardt, starting and ending Kotanks' rampage, uppercutted away from the spawn so he couldn't escape at the end there. Beautiful play from Kotanks. Great mastery of those Doomfist abilities.
Yeah, really, really unfortunate for that Reinhardt. But anyway, huge congratulations to Kotanks for that play of the week, and of course to his team for eventually winning that out and taking us through into the semi-final rounds. Hopefully we'll be back to see more of him next week, and hopefully we'll see you all as well at 6:30 on all of the usual Belong.gg sources at 6:30 for more Arena Clash Overwatch.
And there we go, got even more vowels in a very similar but slightly different shirt.
Yeah, I have like 6 lined up and I make sure I alternate. Similar, not the same.
Wow, we should do shirts that belong. I would quite like that. Like, if you want to see shirts that belong, do tweet at us. We'll get into that in a moment. I want to talk about Doomfist.
Yeah.
So, I'm a fighting game player, as I say all the time. And I think, okay, I'm going to grab the guy that can punch people because that's my thing. And he's really hard.
Yeah, Doomfist is one of the highest skill cap heroes in the game. He's got a lot of maneuverability with his abilities, but it's really hard to actually master them, nail down all the combos like you would in a fighting game, get his maneuverability down, because if you aren't actually landing these abilities, you aren't getting those extra shields he gets when he lands those abilities, you have no survivability, and it's really easy to be punished. He has had a slight change in the recent patch that changed just about everything a little bit on all the heroes. Some of his cooldowns have come down, so he's got a little bit more wiggle room, let's say, with how he can use those cooldowns. But yeah, it does give rise to players like Kotanks we just saw, being able to master his abilities, just dart all across the map and secure those kills, but not an easy hero to master at all.
No, well done to him. What an unbelievable player of the week. Now let's have a look at the Soch. Let's see what you guys have been saying over the last couple of weeks. And now, yes, got it, nailed it. Okay, so let's have a look. Belong Teesside. Big shout out to all you wonderful mums. They've spelt mums the way I spell it, and future mums out there. And a nice Overwatch themed picture of those two characters.
Yeah, Farah and Nana. I love some of the lore we have in Overwatch, and I love Overwatch fan art. I feel like maybe I'm a little bit biased towards the game. Couldn't figure out why.
Slightly, yeah. But I don't blame you. It's a great game. It's a lovely picture. What else have we got? And another one. Belong Gaming Arenas. I think Justice could use a nap, and that's another picture of them, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right?
Yeah, significantly younger, but more Overwatch fan art. Can't complain about that.
Now, I don't think Belong have done the statistics on who their core demographic is, but I suspect mothers are probably the primary viewers. My mum, for sure, and my wife. She's a mother too.
Yeah, my mum watches a lot of my streams. Hi, Mum.
Happy Mother's Day,
Happy Mother's
Sophie
Day.
and Susan. See, I got it in for you. Let's have a look at the next one. Belong York. We love Belong York. Look at that. They have such a great community, and they're celebrating a birthday.
Yeah, I definitely love seeing some of the communities we've had pop up around some of our Belong arenas, and York, obviously, one of the greatest communities that we have. Happy birthday, MC Sharp.
Happy birthday. And Belong Preston, celebrating that they've got to the Rainbow Six Challenger semi-finals, looking very, very proud of themselves. I love that pose. It's an unbelievable pose. There's a lot going on in that picture.
Yeah, what in the bottom right? What is that? A badger mask? I don't know. There is a lot going on here, but I'm glad they're having fun at least.
Moving on, Craigavon throwback. They're throwback to when they built the arena in June 2017. It's amazing, actually. There's still arenas popping up now.
Yeah.
And to a lot of people, Belong has been around for years, like London, for example. But even now, there are areas just crying out for arenas. Come on, let's do one in Birmingham. Come on, let's do it for the Brummies. And it just wouldn't be the Twitterverse for Belong if we didn't have a look at a doggo that belonged. This one's called Batfink. It's a tiny little critter.
I love dogs. Dogs of all shapes and sizes, breeds, whatever. I love dogs. Oh, really? All doggos belong.
All doggos do belong. I'd still want to see your Pokemon, people. I want to see something rare. Give me an iguana. Give me something that looks like a Pokemon. I mean, that was a fairly unusual looking dog. Batfink, you look pretty cool, if you ask me. But let's do something different. Cats and dogs. Okay, we know they belong. We like them. They're in our kind of arc, our Belong arc. Let's see some of the more creatures. Now, of course, now we're going to Tekken. Now, this was a crazy, crazy game. People were really unsure about whether York or Clyde Claymores were going to win. York had hit the finals so many times, and the Clyde Claymores have been nearly men. They've just got so close. So why don't we have a look which one of those two made it through?
Welcome everyone to the first week of the playoffs for the Arena Clash Tekken 7 tournament. I'm Eternal Dragon.
And I'm Dante.
And there you have it. We have York Vikings versus Clyde Claymore. So we got Buff Lars one round from taking it for the York team.
Oh, full crouch down. That low is so risky though. If he gets that block, that is a big notch. Oh, missed that whiff punish there. Buff Lars looking way more comfortable with Marduk than he did last time. I reckon he should go back to those throws, man. He should just get his turn back.
I like the patience that he was waiting and waiting.
Yeah.
Goes in. Okay, just backs away this time.
The human projectile. Oh, run the armor move. He doesn't know the ulti off it. He gets really good ulti off that. Oh, into the low. Guess wrong. Dish. MMA, UFC.
Oh, knee bar. So
oh,
yeah, tech support versus Saiyajin.
I like the movement straight away from tech support.
And what I'm seeing is that tech support is being very defensive, where the point Saiyajin's able to stand still and fly in him with mix-ups now, as opposed to him being a bit more aggressive at times.
Yeah. Here's the wall coin flip from Elisa. I've seen that before. Oh. Wow.
Goes into the throw, yeah.
Straight to the throw. No throw breaks from tech support, I'm noticing either. He tried to back one out of the air, but it didn't work. Wow. Sat down for two.
Right. Same scenario again. He gets it when he's on low on life.
How does he always find these hits? Like, when He could make the comeback again. He could have made it.
God.
So we got Bluefist versus Divine Tricks next.
He's brought it back now. 2-2. He can change this momentum completely if he takes this.
Well, he has to take this round. That's the problem.
Oh, there we go. That's the first one.
That's the first one.
That's what I thought was going to see something like that.
Yeah, that's what he could have done in the last game.
Yes, no, 10 count.
Oh, the throw. No throw break from Divine Tricks. And
oh my god! Oh my god! That was sick! That was
this could be a momentum change. Oh no. Oh no.
No!
Oh my god! What a setup.
He got bodied! Oh my god!
Unlucky, and the Claymores go 3-1 against the Vikings.
Much better from Buff Lars though. Switching to the Lars. Oh, the second
Runs
hit.
into the second hit. No way.
I hate the second hit. There's 2 hit hop kicks.
Yeah, I hate that as well. Juns was the worst in tag 2. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, she does that flipping cartwheel stuff. The Claymores are playing
very, very well though.
The team are playing so good, and we can see like that 4-1. Tech support though, playing so well.
Oh, you see, he gets the wall standing.
One of his teammates. Go on YouTube and look at that. Look at that.
Punish that. No.
Oh,
we finished.
Oh, right.
Threw him anyway. Okay, tech support looks like he's going to take this.
Oh,
wow. Here's the start of a comeback.
Spikes him down.
Start of a comeback.
Oh my! Look
He's
at
got all positioning.
Back in the corner.
He's got. Frogs him. He's dead.
God.
He's dead. Oh no, he's not. He didn't do it.
Oh,
start of a comeback.
No, come on. No.
Oh, it's gonna be big comeback.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got Bluefist versus Saijin next, and I do think that Steve actually doesn't do too bad in the Elisa matchup. Bluefist needs to keep it together, otherwise Saijin is going to come back. What can he do? Oh, no, you can't launch that. It's -14. Oh, the shoulder barge.
No.
Wow. Break
Good
on
break.
that throw. Wall positioning though.
Throat. No.
He went for the. Oh, he's not.
Oh, that trade. He's so lucky.
He's like in the new.
Oh my god.
Oh, back turn.
Oh
this
my
is really bad
that
for Saijin.
damage.
This is race drive.
Spent it.
Oh,
Throw. Down jab.
No! The comeback. Oh my god.
Oh my
Trade
god.
force. Oh my
god.
Saijin.
Saijin 1 round. Oh, the second hit of that. Oh, it's hot kicks with 2 hits.
I can't believe Bluefist is going to get robbed in a set like this.
Again.
I really can't believe it.
It's not over just yet. Oh!
That back one can't hit. This is what he needs to stay in this match.
Down.
Don't get robbed.
Oh, break.
Get
off. Oh, no.
Wow, just kick Steve in the head. Just.
Again, the same scenario. Throw. No. Oh, and there we go.
That was just crazy. But, you know, 5-2, that was. It could have been 4-3 then.
You have to start playing more solid and serious without doing.
For Wezzers, Wezzers is 1 round away from taking this whole set. So.
Yeah.
Wow, just whiffing all over the place. Oh, no punish on that.
I like this poke from Wezzers.
Half bar. Oh, drop kick.
Oh, he's fishing for that counter hit there.
Oh,
he's lucky.
Jabs him out of the orbital hill. Lucky that there's off jabs there.
Oh, nice. Just interrupted that.
Wow, why?
He just runs up cartwheels over.
No whiff punish either. Random that. We've got an interesting match next though.
Yes, I'm interested to see tech support again. They're going against Divine Tricks, so.
But yeah, tech support. Can he even it up for a final round, or is Divine Tricks just going to take this right now? Let's have a go. Have a look.
Just clubs her on the head.
Oh! Okay, what combos you got? Okay, fair enough.
Oh, nice back
Okay, that setup didn't work this time. She was just a bit out of range. Oh, he went for a setup, and no, that was a setup. He went for the out kick. Oh, he holds down on it though. That is so good that he knows how to do that.
Oh, good. Just stops her out there.
What's he doing?
Oh, he's throwing out the different stuff now.
No, you can't launch that with that. Unlucky.
He's gonna go for a low, and Divine Tricks takes that.
If we got Bluefist versus Wezzers again, and if I remember rightly, Bluefist beat Wezzers last time, did he? This is Bluefist's chance to get his reverse sweep. and show that he's got that comeback potential. So let's see if he can do it.
He sidesteps it, but then doesn't get anything substantial.
No. He went for the counter hit. He was betting on the fact that he's betting on the chance that Wes has kept on pressing buttons after getting stepped, and then he would have got the down for 2 counter hit. Well, nice combo there by Blue Fist.
Just wait out. He's gonna do something big.
Rushing him with jabs like that
isn't
a good idea, in my opinion.
And another one.
Oh, no launch on that.
Just a backdashing though from
unlucky. No break. Okay, rage drive. What's he got? Okay. Wow.
Sweet bang just goes in with it, and Rezzers
takes it. What's that? 3-1. We got Buff Lars versus Divine Tricks. Who Buff Lars actually did beat Divine Tricks last time with Marduk pretty badly.
No.
He just needed to do a screw attack. The wall wasn't even there. He went for wall carry, and the wall was nowhere near.
Wow, just sidestep that completely.
Spacing out, just loads of spacing right now. Just looking at the pretty stage, lava and all that.
Divine Tricks is just gonna. He's got so much life. Nice reversal, slaps him up. Get off.
Oh, wow. Big counter hit by
that
drops the combo again. I don't know whether it's down to Ling's hitbox or he's just messing up the combo. Like, I don't really know.
The comebacks on both sides have been crazy, but it's showing the tournament experience of Clyde Claymore.
Definitely.
You know, much higher there. Oh, just slicing him up, man. To get up low, he's just standing there as well. He's just laughing.
Like, you think those chainsaws bother me, bro? I've got a hot kick.
Oh, I got
down
big boy punches.
Wow, it missed. It's because she's small.
Nice break. Just those big
Snake Edge. This is going to be close to death. Last hit-ish.
Is he going to try and... Oh, no.
He bet it all.
Yeah, and that is it.
That's
Clyde Claymore's take it.
Everything, man. Everything was just so good about that set.
There you go. 5-1 to the Clyde Claymores. They have defeated previous runner-up York Vikings.
So, you know, these next matches is where it gets really, really sticky. Really good. Yo, guys, this is this week's Tekken Play of the Week. The winner of this does get a HyperX headset. So, let's get into it. So, Blue Fist right here, playing against Divine Tricks. Back one count hit, straight to the wall, Sonic Fang. So, he's trying to get his wall pressure on right now, but something crazy happens in a minute, you'll see.
So he gets the wall combo there, and just as he goes to run in, she runs up the wall, and it completely evades his running too. And he's in rage, and just as that quick turnaround, that momentum shift, there was a crazy moment.
Baited.
He does a move where usually the person knows, okay, I'm going to retaliate. But as soon as they retaliate with any move, with a jab, Divine Tricks is ready for the Rager, and the Rager absorbs the hits, and you do it at the right moment. As soon as he presses the jab, it activates. You saw the little flash, he absorbed the hit, and that was a crazy comeback in the space of like 10 seconds when he was getting battered at the wall. So, well done to Divine Tricks. You will be winning a HyperX headset, and catch us every Monday at 6:30 for more Tekken action from the Belong Arena Clash.
And what an unbelievable play of the game. I can't believe that comeback from Divine Tricks. I was watching that live at the time, and I honestly thought it was game over for him. It was an unbelievable wall bounce, and what a setup. Now, that's got me excited to talk more about Tekken, and we're going to go to the Plymouth Armada team, where we've got Holmesy UK, Sumchild, Janaga, and Anxious Emu. Not like, look more anxious, Emu, please. Holmesy, how's it going, my friend? Now, a little bit of history here. We've actually played quite a lot, but I never knew what you looked like. I had no idea, you know, what a handsome man you are.
Good joke, but alright, continue.
All right, let's just get into the business end then. So let's ask you about what's happened so far in your season. Now, obviously, we know that you just played Bradford, but talk to me about your success all the way up to Bradford.
All the way up to Bradford. So, I believe our hardest game was against Spartans, which I believe is in the semis now, after beating Harriers. But those games, like, we had a bunch of close games against them, and unfortunately we just couldn't take from them, so we couldn't take top spot in our group. But every other match, I believe it was, I think we beat most teams 17-1, except Enigmas. Enigmas, all the games were really close. We won the first set, lost the second set, and it went into the final set, where it was me against Derpy Llama, their Eliza player. And luckily, I managed to take it in the final set.
Okay, and Sunchild, I want to talk to you about that. So obviously you're stood behind Holmesy at the time. He's playing in that tie-off game. What's the team feeling around him? Was it quite tense in the arena? He's playing in an absolutely crucial playoff.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Holmesy was playing. He had his earphones in, so he couldn't really hear us. We're all kind of sitting quietly in the back, and he's there chewing his gum away, listening to Walk the Dinosaurs or some silly thing like that. I remember one lethal sidestep into Holmesy's signature hop kick. If you know, that moment was golden. But yeah, when he pulled through, it was pretty sick. Everyone's pretty excited. Yeah, it's a good day.
Well, we make memories here at the Belong Arena Clash, and I'm glad to hear that you had such a good one there. Now, I want to talk to you about the Bradford game, Sunchild. And so, you had quite a bit of success up to Bradford. You won that tiebreaker versus Milton Keynes to get into that spot. How did it go versus Bradford?
Bradford. That was the one that we looked, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a bit of a sticky one. I feel like a lot of the games the first set was kind of close, and then the rest of the games was, I don't know. It was hard to say. I've kind of forgotten it already, to be honest. I'm like, who's Bradford? No, I do remember it being quite tough and challenging, but I did learn a lot from playing against them. Maybe I'll use that knowledge if I do enter another tournament. Don't really know right now, though.
I feel like I sucked all of the air out of that room when I asked you about that loss, so let's move on. Let's talk to... I want to hear from you about streaming. Now, you're a streamer, Holmesy is a streamer, both of you have a decent following playing Tekken. What's it like, the stress of streaming versus the stress of playing in Belong Arena Clash?
There's no stress streaming, to be honest. Most of the time I'm streaming, I'm more than likely trolling, doing things I shouldn't be doing. If you've ever played Steve, you should know you should never hop kick. While I have this time, Harada, Steve needs a hell sweep, 13 frame electric, and a special mid unblockable that launches on counter. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, playing here competitively is definitely different. Very, very different. Going back to normal ranked games, just like normal games in general, you have a different sort of perspective and outlook onto the game and how you should be playing it. In my opinion, that's how it's affecting me.
And Janega, I want to talk to you. So you've played a number of teams, some less strong, some of them the strongest, and I know that you had some really memorable moments last season against the London Lionhearts. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, last season was the first season that I competed in Belong, this being the second. We played against Lionhearts and had a really tough game against one of the players called Gosane. Managed to take a set off him, and that was a really memorable moment for me because he's known as quite a good player, one of the best in the UK as far as Tekken's concerned. But apart from that, really, I think a lot of the games that we've played, like the teams that are said to be below us in terms of skill, like we beat all of them pretty single-handedly. The teams that we were supposed to struggle with, like we did struggle with, and they were a challenge. Like our last game to get into the quarterfinals, that was quite a struggle. Like Holmesy said, it went to the last like tiebreaker game, but overall, I think the season's gone about as well as I expected, what I thought.
Well, I know that you guys did something monumental by beating the Milton Keynes Enigmas and putting them out of that playoff spot, a spot that they've been in so many times. And I know from talking from the guys behind the scenes that we definitely want to feature you guys a lot more on stream. Janega, I've got one last question to do with Tekken, and it's the fact that you have played London and you have also played Bradford. So these are the two big teams that people expect to see at the final. How would you call it? What would you say is the difference between those two teams?
The difference between those two teams, I mean, I feel like the top teams, it's almost a different game. There's knowing your character and knowing what you should do, and there's knowing what the other character is going to do and what they want to do. And then there's the mind games of the timing, which I feel like the top players, they really have it down. Like, they know exactly when they should pull out things, and they seem to know exactly what their opponent's thinking. Then they'll pull out like counter hits and all this kind of stuff and launches that seem somewhat random, but I mean, they're all calculated, and I know they are, and they're incredible players and teams. Yeah,
you're so right, and obviously they get tougher each season. They've now got an all-star team. Now, let's talk to Anxious Emu, who's playing for the Rainbow Six team, who are still in it. They are still on that path, walking towards Insomnia. Talk to me about how your season's gone so far.
I mean, our season's gone. This is my first Clash season. No, it's been wild. Every game we've had has been... Well, I don't know what to say, really. I mean, we've had tough games in our friendlies. We had some pretty close games at the start of the tournament. The last game we just had against Portsmouth was surprisingly... Well, not surprisingly, it was difficult compared to our previous games. They definitely played well. I mean... Most of our games, it's been an experience. Coming from playing casual and playing ranked from Rainbow Six Siege on their servers is definitely a different experience to how we've been playing at the arena.
Now, of course, that you will be playing Norfolk. I know you've only just heard that, but have you already started to think about the prep you will need to do for your next game? What kind of things you'll need to practice? Do you talk to your teammates a lot about that?
I mean, in terms of my relationship with the teammates, the five, including the sub people that are on my team, are all good friends with each other, and I've only just met them through the arena. So I kind of let them do their thing and instruct me when we're playing the game, just telling me what I need to do. But for me, as a PC player, the hardest thing that's been for me this tournament is trying to use an Xbox controller to aim. It's just so much harder than doing it on PC from never using a controller before. So that's definitely the thing that I have to improve on. The team have already got all their strats, all their knowledge. It's not really something that they need to prepare for because it's something they've been doing for a while. So I just let them tell me what to do, and I do it to the best of my ability, really.
That is so interesting. I didn't realise you were a PC player. For those of you at home, Rainbow Six is played on Xbox, so a lot of players have either decided to stick it out on pad or just stay on PC, or some of them actually have made that transition, so that's really interesting. Last question for you, Emu. Obviously, if you get that one extra win, you will be playing on the player stage at Insomnia in front of countless people. Does it get you nervous? Does it get you excited?
It's not really something that I've put much thought to, really. It was kind of a far off at the start of the tournament. I wasn't expecting to go anywhere, really. It's been a surprise that we've gotten this far, but the more games we play, the more confident I feel that it's a possibility. So yeah, I think the only thing that I'm nervous about is getting my aim down, because I want to look a fool on a stage in front of people, you know?
You've basically just described my job. So, guys, thank you so much for your time. It's been great talking to you, and best of luck to Anxious Emu.
Thank you.
And there is no better time to now go and have a look at what happened in Rainbow Six.
I am Ace of Pyra, and joined this week and for the remainder of the season by the fantastic XR Troika. So we will have a quick look at the bracket. You can see we've got four quarterfinals lined up. We've got Harriers Saints, Claymores Smugglers, Nighthawks, Centurions, Armada against Pirates. The first one that we're going to be bringing to you tonight is Claymores Smugglers. We'll have a quick look over the rosters. I'll let X take you through those.
So for the Clyde Claymores, we are going to see Daddy Montagna, Ares Curse, Reich, Rab Ying, AK the Nerdy One, and Gert. Bristol Smugglers, they're going to be looking at Tenacious D. I like that name. A little bit of a play on Tenacious D, maybe. The Kiwi Camb 6, Meads, Whiston, So, and Cyan Foxtrot. The diffuser is getting planted already. I don't even think the defenders are aware of this. Ares Curse is in a position to jump over and try and put some shots in, but no, it's not going to happen. Reich is trying to destroy a Claymore at the top of Blue Stairs. He's going to come head to head with Bristol 20. Almost certainly the plant has gone down. We have got 5 defenders remaining. No Maestro or Echo to deny the plant or provide the information. Reich's going to drop the hatch and get picked off by his own team, and Belong 20 is going to find Roberto along with Ares. So a quick 2k there for the Thatcher. 3 versus 2 now. It's looking very good. Spinex is on the flank. The hatches are not open, so he's not going to be able to play them at all. 20 with his 3rd kill of the round. Is he going to get another one? Is he going to grab this final kill onto Spinex and make it a 4k? C4 toss comes out. The hatch is going to be dropped. Spinex dropped. Pre-fire shots come out. He's not got enough time to do anything. He is going to save his KD, however, but a round on the board for Bristol, as I'm sure that a plant could start to go down very shortly. It is. Bristol 20 is going to be getting it down. Nerdy One going to be looking to peek out, but doesn't want to overexpose himself. If the plant goes down, it's going to be difficult to retake, especially as the planter has got away with his life as well, maintaining this 3 versus 2 man count, and 20 is now going to be able to start putting some shots in over onto the Rook. Spinex does find his first kill of 3 required as he takes out Bristol 17. 20 trading it straight back. 2 versus 1 now. Spinex with another 1v1, but no, Bristol 20, what a round. Starts off on the north windows, ends up at the top of Square Stairs inside of Janitors, and is able to clutch that final kill for his team.
1 minute to go then. We are 5 versus 4. The attackers having lost quite a bit of HP as well. The defenders pretty steadfast at the minute, just holding on to this basement site. 45 seconds now, and the plant starts to come in again, but will be killed out by Whiston. So that is a great kill for Bristol there, just to prevent that plant. If the attackers want any chance of getting this diffuser down, they have to get upstairs and clear the castle of Whiston off this hatch. It is as simple as that. They cannot get the plant down whilst he is there. It's Reich looks to do exactly that, but the castle turns on him and will get the kill. So that brings us now to 4 versus 1. Buck Roberto Hid has it all to do. He's looking to challenge from stairs. He will get a nice headshot onto the first and a kill onto the second. So that is 2 out of 4. 2 to go. He needs to break these down. He's got 1 upstairs still, so that is a good start for him, but it won't be enough. Currently 4 versus 4 as we stand with 50 seconds remaining. I would say things favour the Bristol Smugglers at this point, as time is going to start to be a serious factor. But whilst that castle is being challenged, Ares should be able to get this plant down. I think they're sort of gunning randomly at the smoke, and how about that? Whiston does manage to get a kill on the top floor, and we see the we see the diffuser go down at the same time, so we now get onto the counter diffuse. Whiston was unable to stop it, but it doesn't matter as the attackers fall apart after that diffuser goes down, and we see a counter diffuse for the defenders. Bristol Smugglers really taking this one by the scruff of the neck.
2 kills get traded back and forth, and Jaeger is now in the power position. He does! He flicks onto Spinex's head. Is he able to get the second one? Yes, he is. He grabs the Jackal as well. All of a sudden, 2v1. Last attacker is out on Banana. Diffuser is on the floor. Is Belong 17 going to be able to clutch out this round? He's got the gun for it. He's going to switch over to the pistol. Pre-fire shots coming out. He needs to take his time now and just recompose. There's a lot of time left in this round, and both of the remaining defenders are very lit. Thatcher's very lit as well. So this is going to be a 1-bullet gunfight. If it does come down to it, it's going to be Mirror looking to keep an eye onto that corridor just outside of elevators, as we've got 17 just keeping an eye onto Banana. Shots come through there. Ares is going to find the first of 2. It's now a 1v1, and he does have the diffuser. It isn't going to matter because he's not going to be in a position to plant it. 1-tap headshot comes out from 17. Great round there from Jaeger. Gumine is going to be his sound cue. He's got his castle to his back, so he knows he's going to be relatively safe. Perfectly positioned for the kill onto Reich as Ying tries to drop and get the kill onto Mirror. Great crossfire being held there from 21. He does have the MP5K, so no shotgun kills tonight, I'm afraid. Nerdy One grabs his 3rd kill of the round. 21 pushes up, and he does get the down onto Jackal and converts it. Where are these players from main stairs? They should have pushed down, surely. 2 quick kills come through. 1 versus 2 now for the Legion. It is all for Legion to do. Ares is very lit. 10 seconds. The diffuser is on the other side of the site, and it's going to be difficult for Ares to try and do anything about that because he's in the wrong bomb site. The attackers are now split up as well. The down comes through. Legion doesn't even need to convert the kill. That is going to be game, set, and match for the Smugglers. The goo mine you can see on the camera coming in clutch. You cannot plant with a goo mine stuck in your leg, and that is going to be the game for the Smugglers.
Perfect footage of what the goo mine can do there and how powerful it can be. Just stop Buck basically, because you can't sprint. Once you've got a goo mine in, you can't sprint, so it stopped him being able to get to the diffuser in time. He was against the clock. He had to get the diffuser and start the plant before the clock hit 0. Couldn't do it. Legion kept himself alive. Another essential component of that win. Legion keeping himself alive. If he loses that challenge, then obviously the round goes to the attackers. As it stands, we're going to be moving into the Colchester Centurions against the Norfolk Nighthawks. I believe the Norfolk Nighthawks, they are 1-0 at the minute. So Norfolk Nighthawks took the first map, which was Clubhouse. We are now playing on Border. We come in with the Norfolk Nighthawks 3-1 in the lead.
4 versus 3 now as we've got a minute left. Jackal's able to use his shotgun to open up the floor. We're going to see 2 kills on the other side of the map as Thatcher manages to grab one over onto the Legion, and we're going to see that traded straight back out for the Thermite. No option for hard destruction as of yet, but in the final 40 seconds you'd kind of be hoping that that's the sort of thing that would have already been used. The hatch has been opened, which is good. Jaeger there just Echo there just struggling with a drone on the corner of the hatch, as we do have Jackal playing upstairs, but the crossfire established, and that extra pressure is going to mean a down onto the Echo and a kill for the Mute. So pretty back and forth, 2 versus 1 now in these final few seconds. We're going to have to do the best to find this kill onto the Mute. He does get found. Headshot there coming through from Jackal. 45 seconds left on the clock, and the plant will start to go down now. I was just about to say, where are the Yokai drones? But Echo does get felled, and the plant will go down successfully. A couple of kills traded back and forth there, and it's looking very good for the Nighthawks all of a sudden as Dark Wolf picks up a double, and Jamie closes things out, bringing them another round. All of a sudden we're in a 2 versus 2. This is very, very doable now for the Centurions. They've got eyes on the diffuser. Picky there, he was gifted with a chance at a kill, and he doesn't manage to convert it. Johnny is going to leave things in a 2 versus 1 now. The Mute has it all to do. The diffuser has been collected by Blackbeard, and if there's an operator you don't want to be going up against in a 1vx situation, it's going to be Blackbeard. Nitro Cell still in hand, so definitely the chance of a kill with that. Drone is going to get taken out, but it is going to give away the Mute's position. Now, 30 seconds left on the clock. It's looking fairly good for both sides at this moment in time. I think this Mute has certainly got a possibility of making this happen as Blackbeard pushes in, thinking that the Mute was stunned, but he wasn't, and that's going to leave things in a 1 versus 1 with the diffuser down in the doorway. All Mute's got to do is try and hold this angle. He throws the C4 very smartly on the wall. That's going to cut off all opportunity of rotation back into the site, and Thatcher now, unless he's got an EMP, is going to have a very, very tough job indeed. He gets the notification that the diffuser's been picked up, and he gets the final kill. I don't know how it wasn't a headshot, but it doesn't matter anyway. 2 versus 5 clutch.
We've got a minute left in the round before the attackers are making any real progress onto being able to attack site. That castle barricade might actually help them, as we see the attackers start to open things up here. In go the nades, and they just start working on this hatch. There's not really too much of a challenge can be made without the barricade coming down, which I think they might have done there. Picky gets the kill onto Jamie. Johnny will trade one back onto Untold Panda, so that leaves us now 2 versus 4 in favour of the Norfolk Nighthawks, and if you thought they were good on defence, they certainly seem even slicker on attack. Down comes the castle barricade, as I suggested. That really could have done with coming down a long time ago. I'm not sure if maybe Castle had an impact nade left or not. Probably not. He'll have opened up rotations, but that could have been used to get that barricade down a little bit quicker and allow the challenge onto the hatch before they lost 2 men from there. Meanwhile, the diffuser has gone down, and it is now up to Super Dry Attack. We've seen him do it in a 1 versus 2. Can he do it now in a 1 versus 3? That's the question. This barricade again is not going to help him, and that is a good little lesson in why not to barricade everything on a site. But Super Dry Attack getting a good maybe piece of information there just to tell him where one of the attackers is, or is a common spot, so not a bad shout to just put a little knock in the wall there, and he got himself a cheap kill. Brings it to 1 versus 2. Out comes the Nitro. Will he get the kill? No, he does get the down though. It's effectively 1 versus 1. He won't manage to finish it off, but what an attempt from Super Dry Attack. Really did make an effort of another clutch in a row there.
Very quickly finding ourselves in a 1 versus 4. Jaeger with it all to do, finds his first. Can he find the remaining 3? He does find the Blackbeard. This is to keep his team in the tournament. The diffuser will start to go down. It's all down to your mate Jimmy in a 1 versus 2 clutch situation. Will he be able to kill these two and successfully get the diffuse off? Time will only tell. He has got a bit of an opportunity here for a peek out onto outside, but I do believe that one player has just rotated out. If he'd have held that angle for 2 seconds longer, he'd have had a good chance at that kill, but no, shots are going to come through. Thatcher in this moment in time does not need to peek at all. Thatcher is going to be 1 health and a dream. Still very doable for the Nighthawks. They've just got to keep this established crossfire and make sure they're able to get these kills traded if necessary. Jaeger's going to aggressively peek on him, but doesn't account for the Ash stood in the corner, and that's going to be the Nighthawks there, clutching out the round and the game. Very well deserved. Very well deserved indeed. I do believe we've got the final bracket for all the games that have gone on this evening, so we will be showing you that very shortly. Here we go. Ace, take us through this.
I will take you through it, not a problem. We've got the Harriers beating the Saints 2-1 and the Smugglers beating the Claymores 2-1. So our top half of the semi-final will be the Harriers versus the Smugglers. Nighthawks get a 2-0 win over the Centurions. We saw the back end of that game, the Nighthawks looking clinical, and Armada take a 2-0 win over Pirates. So that's going to push us into a semi-final of Nighthawks and Armada, and I think that is going to be one to watch for sure. Both of those semi-finals are going to be played out next week. They will be best of 3 again. Myself and X will be covering those for you.
Hi everybody, welcome back. We are here for the play of the week, sponsored by Control Freak. This evening we saw the Clyde Claymores facing off against the Bristol Smugglers. The play of the week, it's a special one. I think everybody knows. I called it at the time, and we are going to throw to it now, and it is going to be as it happens, so it will have our commentary over the top. I hope that you enjoy it. Going to be crucial. It is going to provide them a little bit of safety, but the Jackal just not quite going for it. The plant will start to go down, however kills are coming in thick and fast. C4 toss, will it be effective? Yes it will. 3 versus 3, but the diffuser has gone down. The Alder there picking up the first of these 3, dancing around with the Thatcher. He gets the second as well. That's going to be a down. It's all down to Zafir on Garage Catwalk. Zafir does manage to get Maestro down, finish off the Thatcher on the floor. She's going to withstand, but it's not going to be enough. I'm sure that we're going to see the kill come through, but no, she gets up. What is going on? And she gets the kill onto the diffuser and the final one. What has gone on? How has Zafir been allowed to withstand with 1 health and grab a 2k? What?
I think that might be unheard of. Unbelievable play there from Cyan Foxtrot of the Bristol Smugglers. Presence of mind foremost, to remember that he's got that ability to pick himself up on the Zafir from the 1 HP, and then he challenges 2 remaining attackers. Absolutely unbelievable. Not very often that you see that. Control Freaks will sort Cyan Foxtrot out with a nice little goodie bag. Thank you very much to our sponsors. That was the play of the week. We've had a fantastic week, and we hope you enjoyed it as well.
Now, those guys have seen it all, so if it sets them off and makes them go that crazy, it definitely that should be one of the plays of the week.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, we are going into League of Legends,
yeah,
and I thought, how can I ask you a question about League of Legends when you're not an Overwatch caster? And I thought to myself, actually, there's loads of Overwatch casters who also cast League of Legends.
Absolutely. I feel like part of that is because they, at the very least, if you look at the Champion Select, Hero Select, and obviously in Overwatch you've got you can flex between heroes mid-game, you can't do that in League, but the idea of different heroes countering each other and wondering how does heroes interact, maybe that might be where some of the similarities lie, but I do know that a lot of my colleagues, as you said, in the Overwatch scene have transferred over from League, and it's been interesting having some of them attempting to teach me. I play a mean Poppy top, but other than that...
Wow. Oh, that's a hell of a brag. That means absolutely nothing to me.
No,
sounds so impressive.
It's the one, like I say, it's the one champion in the league I know how to play, other than like Janna. But you know.
So you think there may be parallels in the skills and abilities of a caster between the two, or is it just essential that you need a side hustle if you're going to do one of those games?
I feel like maybe it's because if you look at maybe something like CS:GO, sure, it's a shooter like Overwatch is, but there isn't the same kind of overlap and similarities.
Yeah.
Whereas League, even though a MOBA versus a shooter, two completely different genres, it still has those elements of hero select, champion select. Maybe it's a little bit easier to flex across with those principles.
Yeah, I see. Very interesting. Now, let's go and have a look at it with our favourite bromance, Chronicler and Greyheart.
It's quarterfinal time here at Belong Arena Clash for the League of Legends Championships. My name is Stanley Greyheart Barker. I'm joined by Maritz Chronicler Mewson, and we are excited to bring you two fantastic quarterfinals to see which teams can progress to the semi-finals today. We will get to see the Clyde Claymores taking on the Norfolk Nighthawks first of all, followed by the Cardiff Saints and the Preston Invincibles.
With this composition, I wouldn't be too sad if we see them scale up, as Hoff again and again is able to evade these gangs.
No flash available, remember, for Unsinkable, so as he gets flipped back into that poison trail, he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble, and Hoff, who took that ignite, didn't even need to use it, which is just as well because it wasn't available.
Almost be tempted to ignore everything that's ever been taught to you, to follow the advice on that Riot bracelet and just chase after Singed, and you never should, because if we see here, it doesn't work.
Did not help one little bit. He used that Insanity Potion, and it was the enemy who had been driven insane. And once again, we're going to find the 2 versus 2 in the top lane. Both junglers and top laners dueling it out. The Chilling Smite is going to be used onto Hoff, as the teleport is going to mean Lissandra arrives at the fight, immediately throwing that Frozen Tomb down on top of Hoff, managing to root him for the second time. He manages to flip the Unsinkable, but he straight away jumps straight back on the face of Hoff. Just who are we going to see this shutdown gold going over to? It looks like it could be Redknapp, but somehow Hoff is still alive in this fight, dodging away from the hook, still got, oh my god, he takes down Unsinkable. I almost fall off my freaking chair. He's going to live. What has just happened? The massive turnaround from the Claymores. They bring the whole team up. They pick up the kill onto Lissandra. Hoff's a god, and it's a double kill for Torakio. He's going to get 2 on the Vladimir. He's going to drop down eventually. Sivir now trying to turn the damage back onto the Janna, but yet again, Patsy getting all that movement, trying to get away. Looks like Sivir's going to chase her down with the Boomerang Blade. Pizzas for days. A double kill for Maximus, who's keeping his team in the game. But talk to me about that Singed. Hoff is a god, right?
You know, it's something that if you go for it, you need to make it work, as Maximus's flash is forced, and if you want can get out of here.
It's going to be a root locked down by the Frozen Tomb, but now throwing down the final hour and turning damage back over onto Maximus. It's going to be courtesy of the healer. Arup is able to get that one. Vladimir meanwhile, has taken down the Rek'Sai. It's a 2 for 0 in favour of the Clyde Claymores. They started the fight, forcing the flash out of Maximus, using that flash capitalism from the Jarvan, and now it's going to be the hook landing onto Hoff, but that's not the target you want. He flashes forward, he pulls Shady Mo back with him. The poison trail doing so very much damage. Turret shots are landing on Torakio, but because of the beautifully timed pull, the final turret shot does not land. They step away, having taken yet another turret, more kills, and the Claymores have got themselves a 5k lead. You've said it yourself, the Vayne's online, the Vladimir's online, the Singed has been online since level 1, and now the Clyde Claymores are rushing towards the inhibitor turret, and I don't think the Nighthawks can stop them.
I gotta agree with you. I would love to see them go for a Baron, but why would you even in this situation? You know, and if 2 Mountain Drakes at the base falls rapidly as well, Hoff might finally go down,
Hoff goes golden, courtesy of the stopwatch. Is going to be Vladimir getting himself a kill. Singed steps back into the fray, takes down the Jax, takes down the inhibitor turret. Vladimir gets the double kill onto the Fresh and is still chasing down Redknapp on the Rek'Sai. It's going to be the Void Rush being used, but I don't think that we are going to see the Rek'Sai manage to get a kill. I've got to take my words and eat them, though, because that is going to be Rek'Sai shutting down the Vladimir, but only just so that Janna can kill off the Rek'Sai in return. Now we're going to see the final Nexus turret drop down, and 25 minutes are not even on the clock as the Nexus turret drops down. The Clyde Claymores, in dominating fashion, get themselves 1 game away from the semi-finals. The point is that both of the teams have gone for, clumping up as 5. The Claymores did it defensively, looking over towards the bottom half of the map, but now we're going to see them collapsing into the top half. Redknapp is very much so caught out. He's taken a lot of damage already. He has got the flash available. He's saved it for so very long. He's going to stay... No, he's not going to stay alive. He doesn't even flash. He gives away the first blood. The Akali stayed in the bush, not even helping out her jungler. She's now in a massive amount of danger as well. Vladimir comes across, but he's not got the damage that's needed. Akali looking for the flash over the wall, but she doesn't flash either. Is the D button broken on these keyboards at the Norfolk Nighthawks? Let's see whether or not we get some kind of player here in the top lane. Trundle does have the subjugate available. He's going to step forward, put the pillar down. Hoff dashes away straight into the waiting arms of his mid lane. And now we get the 2 vs 2, but this bit of damage is going to mean that Akali gets the kill onto the Urgot. The transition of kills is there because Silas takes down the Trundle. And now we have the straight out 1v1, and Unsinkable has been sunk by the Silas, who gets the double kill.
The siege without the Caitlyn is actually quite poor, unless they can get Hoff right on top of the turret, but then situations like this, you can't have them.
Shady Mo forced to use that pull so very, very early, immediately impaled. It's going to be Janna actually getting her first kill of the game. Deathless so far. It's going to be Patsy getting one for the team, and as a follow-up, Trundle is able to take down the Silas, who actually is not having quite the impact he would want to. The dash away from Unsinkable, the fear beyond death not quite being channeled onto him, and at the end of the day, Janna with another kill. You look at the Vayne from the last game, it definitely had a Bork and a Gwynsu's by this point. It's not even close to that at this point, as we see the Claymores turning their attention towards the big purple worm.
Can't blame them. I think what's going to happen is going to see the Nidox try and contest, then they get taken down, and then the Claymores actually get it. That seems to be the smartest way to do it, as they're making their way there, and Terrakio is doing his best. Teleport comes in through now, but 3 Mountain Dragons.
And the Baron is gone. Skarner securing that one. Now the fight is going to start. Silas dashing in. It's going to be harsh to the first victim as he falls to a Caitlyn shot to the face. The backwards fight is working out very, very well for the Claymores. They managed to pick up 3 kills, only losing Caitlyn in the process. Now chasing down the Vladimir, who's doing what he can, but he has to flash away from the dash of Hoff, who slows him down. The pool is there for Shady Mo, but he's just running them into the Unsinkable one. Shady Mo, 1 shot away from death. Can he live? Yes, for now, but not anymore, because Skarner chases him down. Unsinkable, he is pretty much the last hope of his team right now. He's got to assassinate the right targets pretty much instantly.
He just has a Gunblade at 25 minutes. Like, he has just a Gunblade. I can't really... Now he picks up the Oblivion Orb, and he already had the Seeker's Arm Guard as well. And it's not against Unsinkable. It's just... Yeah. It is a sign of how far the Nighthawks are behind in this game.
Oh, the rocket grab lands on Skarner. I'm not entirely sure that's the target you want, because straight away the Impale is going to go onto the Skarner, onto the Trundle, but he uses Subjugate, and Akali is able to take down the Skarner. Caitlyn meanwhile finishes off the turret, but Vayne finds Caitlyn. That's far more important. Janna does manage to take down the Vayne, and Silas goes in, finds himself a double kill onto the Blitzcrank and onto the Trundle. Only one alive, and that is Shady Mo. He has bitten the dust, as has the Akali, who had escaped until then. That is the clean, the almost clean ace, the triple kill for the Silas, and the end of the game. Guess what? I said it once, I'll say it again. The Clyde Claymores are your champions from last split, and they are here to stay. This time they will close the game out, taking the series 2-0 against the Norfolk Nighthawks. We are going to be bringing you straight into the action of the 3rd game of this best of 3 series, because the Preston Invincibles took game 1 against the Cardiff Saints, who immediately retaliated, ending game 2 with a phenomenal play, which if you want to see, you'll have to follow us on Twitter and tune in extra early next week.
And these initial team fights are going to be really key to me. Cardiff Saints already operating at such a disadvantage kind of scares me, as said before. If they don't hit this timing window, Wanyuan gets taken low.
It's going to be the Ignite put down onto Wanyu, and no flash available for him, and that's why he goes down as the Cataclysm comes in. Teleport is going to be the retaliation. This one is going to be Identium joining, beautifully timed crescendo, and here comes the Cannon. The slicing Maelstrom. Jace has been able to pick up 1 kill onto the turret. This is a really, really messy fight. The double kill there for the Jace. Lissandra with a Frozen Falls, now trying to do what she can, but Zoe's come in and taken down the Jace. 2 for 2. The first blood went over the Preston Invincibles. The Sleepy Tron Bubble is going to land onto the Nami. She gets absolutely obliterated as Zoe comes down, gets a double kill. The mid laner of Preston Invincibles well and truly rolling now. Alpha Chinchilla has got his flash available, jumping around, trying to get to safety. He's not even using his flash, trying to do everything he can to help his team, staying alive till the very last second, helping Son to pick up the kill onto Sejuani. Despite the ultimate she used, in the end it is the Invincibles who pick up their 5th kill of the game. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to mean that the Nami is absolutely exploded by Splaff. Meanwhile, a stun is going to land onto Wanyuan. He tried to get a kill, he failed, he died.
There's not even a real CS disadvantage anymore, and you got to mind that like Fuyu is so far ahead in terms of gold here.
Yeah, and it's the insane thing about that CS advantage you're talking about there. You've got to remember that in the opening minutes, Sona had sub 10 CS for so long because she was abusing Frostmancy. Now she started actually getting the CS on top of all the gold she got earlier on. Meanwhile, this Baron has been started up by the 3 members of the Cardiff Saints, but this is a dangerous, dangerous game. The Flag and Drag is going to knock up the knock up Sejuani. She does drop down to the damage coming in from Zoe. Meanwhile, Kennen and Jace are dueling it out in the bottom lane. Jace does have the teleport available if he decides to try and join a fight. Kennen unfortunately does not. So Niangi trying to keep Jace around for as long as possible while the rest of the team are doing this Baron. Splaff is clearing out the vision, and this looks like it could just be about to go over. With 2 Mountain Drakes, it's gone. Baron's still up for a little while, and it is on the side of the Invincibles to see just how much of the base they can crack. Savonix maybe caught out in a little bit of trouble, uses his trail, but is just not able to take it. Taken down by the Zoe, courtesy of a Caspism from Java. Now there is the option for this inhibitor to get dropped down as the Invincible step forward, taking that first significant structure. The inhibitor is going to fall almost immediately after, and just how much can the Invincibles get from this push? They want to keep on going. They've got the Nexus turrets in their sights. Tuyu is just so completely confident, stepping forward, laying down the damage. That Lich Bane proc is amazing. It's going to be the crescendo onto the Vayne, who has to flash away. The jungler drops down. The Jace and the Vayne are sent for the hills despite the final hour. There's nothing the Vayne can do, and with the most outrageous of compositions, not just gems that are truly outrageous, it's the Preston Invincibles. We are going to see the Kennen go down, but one Nexus turret already destroyed. The Nexus itself surely will fall in just a couple of seconds time as the Cardiff Saints get eliminated by the Preston Invincibles. The Clyde Claymores and also the Preston Invincibles book their places in the semi-finals. We can find out who their opposition is going into the semi-finals next week for Arena Clash. We have got you a play of the week picked by Maurits Chronicle Musin and myself, Stanley Greyheart Barker, and it is going to be one Evan with the fantastic play on Vayne at the end of Game 2 of the Cardiff Saints game against the Preston Invincibles.
And as we move into the game here, Cardiff Saints have been ahead, but it hasn't been looking as good as they would like it to be. And as we're about to move into a post-Baron fight here, we see Splaff move in.
It's going to be used to the Emperor's Divide, not able to do anything. Akali dashing back in, forcing the onslaught of shadows out of the Hecarim. Akali goes gold, and this is going to buy enough time for the Vel'Koz to come around. Caitlyn manages to pick off the Akali, but on the backside we do see one Evan taking down Sejuani, picking up his first kill of this fight. Now turned towards the Hecarim, the Silver Bolts proc, and it's going to be a double kill for one Evan. He gets 3 as the Azir drops down as well. Redemption is going to be there for the rest of the Cardiff Saints team, but it's not going to be one Evan needing it all. He gets the Quadra, he gets the Pentakill, and that's going to be the game for the Cardiff Saints.
And on the back of this, they were able to even up the series there. Unfortunately, as we know now, they were not able to make it, but with a play like that, at least you go out guns blazing.
On go the Preston Invincibles, on go the Clyde Claymores. Congratulations to both of those teams on stream today. I've been Stanley Greyheart Barker. This has been Maurits Chronicle Musin. We'll see you next time.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the wonders of being an esports host is you just commentate such an eclectic mix of games. FIFA, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rainbow Six and Tekken, what I call the Flort. That's how I remember it. One of the problems is you can go from a shooting game to guys running around on a football pitch to a fighting game to, you know, storming a building, and now I've got to go from League of Legends to FIFA, and I've got to segue from one to the other, and I've not got an extra guest on the sofa. I've got this, Vals. Guys, don't go anywhere. I know it's tea time. I've got this. So I know. What if you like people running around from a top-down view collecting lots of treasure? Then no, that's not going to work. I've got this.
Well, I believe it was the philosopher Monty Python himself who once said, "Now for something completely different."
Hey, this is my job. Hey.
Good evening, everybody. We are here at the quarter-final stage. Can you believe we're finally here? So, the featured matchups tonight are going to be the Saints versus the Claymores and the Steelers versus the Invincible.
Now, though, for birthday card, the first time we've actually seen this card, so this will be interesting. Green time finish.
Oh, what a goal!
Lawrence is actually bronze benching. Oh, that's a great header there.
Cross tipped away and Seydorf, that attack positioning in the right area, and already we have a 2-1 lead.
Tell you what
a game.
I have just noticed Lawrence has 89 rated red pick Salah. Oh
my lord, it's 2-2 already.
Was that Ronaldo? Or
That is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Every one of the decent players uses check, and he's does every green time.
Green, and there
what
we go.
A goal!
What a goal from Nedved, and that's why Nedved is so solid.
I'm seeing a Dabble Riot comment in the chat.
Dabble Riot? No.
End of the stream, I'm afraid.
That happens at the end of the stream, yeah.
I'm afraid. I'm sorry about that, but I'm only allowed to do one a day.
Oh my lord! And we've seen an absolute wonder goal. He's giving it away in a dangerous area.
He's got a lot of men forward still. Ibra,
not on the turn.
It green. Oh, what a goal!
Oh my god!
Oh my lord!
And that is possibly the goal that will seal this first point. But I don't know.
Oh, is that offside? I think he was off. No, he's not. He's onside.
And it's
through the legs.
Squeezed it in.
The second game we'll have coming up is Halsey versus Marv. And now, obviously, this is Marv on the right-hand side.
It's an early goal for Halsey there.
And on the bench for Marv, he's got that 87. Oh, here we go, chance. It's another great goal.
Good goal. Left midfielder or one of your strikers, a good chance to win a header. Obviously, easier said than done. And Butragueno finding that little pocket of space again. The issue is that centre-back Ibrahimovic, although he's a centre-back, he has 52 interceptions, which is really, really pointless.
What a goal.
And we're going to see Halsey looking like he's running away.
96, 89
dribbling.
85, 84.
Yeah, what I'd say, I mean, from what I've noticed, I think what he should probably do is maybe try, especially against a player like Halsey, where you know Halsey's a good player. That's unfortunate, isn't it? I can't remember his exact lineup, who he's got on the left side as well. Was it Son? I think he had Son.
Yeah, he had Son, Lukaku, and Richarlison up front.
Yeah, and he could have those in the 4-2-3-1.
What an outside of the foot strike.
That's why the 4-2-3-1's really, really good defensively. That's a great first-time strike as well. And that is Stoichkov with that 93 shooting as well. What you need to do is look for that first pass, and then you almost need to play the pass to the secondary option. Great strike there. Only orange time finish though, I think.
But yeah, it'd be very tight. Honestly, it'd be very tight. You know, Toma and Chester would both have to step up massively. What a chance again, low driven.
The thing with Halsey is every opportunity he gets, he's just taking it as well.
He's burying it every time. Just to confirm, the Clyde Claymores need to take every single game.
They need to win 3 out of 3 here in the final set. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening.
But he's got Ramos at right centre back.
Chance. Save. I think he's onside. And Ido is going to go 2-0 up.
He's stepping up.
He's turning up here.
Socrates, there you go.
He is putting
the beautiful
on
man.
a show.
We already know that Moody's a decent player.
Yeah. He's won 2 out of 2 tonight, isn't he?
Pretty sure he's won both.
Great ball. What a goal. And Ido.
3-0.
Looking likely he could put on a point here.
This is actually quite strange.
I thought he'd get an inform.
Did he?
Didn't. No, but he did get one very shortly after.
Okay.
After the football one, which I think is a very similar rating, and it was a striker. Okay. And he's also got a headline striker. And Moody comes straight back. You know, if you haven't got a lot of pace, it kind of puts the card a little bit lower. And I think Shearer's something like 2-star skills, 3-star weak foot. As we see Ibra on the break, and Ido looking to shore it up again.
Really, really nice there. But there is always a second leg. Beautiful skills there from Sonaldo. Sweats it. Somehow just sneaks in the back of the net.
The post and then it hit the keeper.
Doing the worm.
Goes for the worm.
If I score, I'm doing that on stage. I'll do it on stage.
Big Stuff's got a big game as well, which he needs to win, and then they also need Marv to win as well.
Moody, Socrates smashed it. What a goal!
Lord. One thing he needs to do, Moody, is obviously shore up his defence.
Here we go. Yeah, another chance.
If you concede 7, it's never going to be a good result for you, is it? Unless his teammates can all work together and all get a win, then unfortunately the Claymores will be out.
Here we go. He's pulled it.
Moody scores again, and it's 10 goals in 84 minutes right now. No holding up here. He wants to get straight in there. He wants to get in and secure this. You know, he's 5 goals to the good currently, so it's looking good for him. Can he get a header in? What? Leaps like a salmon.
Wow. But here we go. Moody coming forward again. Ben Yedder, 5-star weak foot. Is he going to bury it? He does bury it.
Lovely job.
There we go. Five more to go. Exactly.
You know, Moody's only scored 4 in total, so there's no reason why he can't score another 5. Chance, and it breaks through, and that's got to be it.
Back up to 6.
6 more needed now. The guys representing the arenas will probably fancy a chance at winning and being, you know, crowned sort of like
definitely. That's
king
a great
of
cross.
Arena.
There we go. Right, down to 5. He's just clinical, isn't he? Look, Socrates already. He's already inside his box from kickoff. He's got a chance. He's going to score.
Gone for the pass across it. It's a goal.
I'm pretty certain.
It's a great
cross again,
and that's going to put the goals back up to a 6.
I feel like the keeper maybe should have saved that one. It's so awesome that we are finally getting a community that everybody can get involved in. Another great goal from Ido.
I have to say, there's that community where people can go out and, you know, they can go into these arenas. What a strike again from Ido. He's shown
he's running away with it.
But we're going to see Ido probably close out the game here. We're going to see a late minute corner. I mean, it's not going to make any difference to the scoreline, but Edo's gonna take a point for the Claymores here, which is gonna put it 4-2 as it stands.
Oh, gets the overhead kick. What the
Wowzers.
fans are singing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
And it is 6-3 to the Saints. So the Saints will progress through to the semi-finals. George.
It's fine.
Oh dear. As you can see, we're a very professional outfit over here. And we're going to move on to the Steelers versus the Invincibles. The Steelers versus the Invincibles for the second round.
We have just had Smog's team.
That's a green time finish, and that's gone in. D. Taylor levelling the score just before half time.
What a goal.
PB wants to come on and do the casting
instead of playing.
I don't know if it's a two-man job or a three-man job.
I mean, it depends how many teams are playing.
Who knows? Who knows?
Depends how exciting it gets.
And there's a great strike.
There you go.
That was a low driven there from Taliska. Carnival Taliska in the 89th minute there.
Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe if we do the Pro Clubs one.
Well, maybe we'll see.
If we did the Pro Clubs one day, who knows?
We'll even see Pee-wee at the event. Maybe you can. We'll join him on stage.
Yeah.
As a chance for D. Taylor, and he bags a goal. Ties it up at 2-2.
Even in a tournament. Oh, there we go. That's going to be 2-0 to D. Taylor
in this second leg. He's turned it around from 2-1 down in the first leg to 3-2 up overall now.
Grand Dudius going mental in chat.
He loves
supporting the Invincibles. Going crazy.
That's what we want to see. You know, we want to see people.
Oh, here we go, chance. There you go. What kits are going to be?
Back into it. There was definitely like an Etihad sponsor thing on the front there. So
100%.
100%. It might not be Man City.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. And there's the header.
Oh my lord!
And the game is turned on its head again here. I'll obviously be there casting over the finals. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys in chat at the finals who are playing, or even if you're just there to come and watch. And we've got it.
There we are.
Smogs has conceded. Let's see out this game.
My personal favourite.
We go.
I've got to be honest. Mahrez.
Layoff chance. Injury time.
Oh!
Goal! And with
no way.
1 minute 13 on the clock. Anyway, we're going to be going on to the second round of fixtures. The Invincibles already with a mountain to climb.
Carvajal 85 at right back, and player of the month Schmeichel.
Thomas straight in here. It's Alfonso Davis with an early goal. Because you know the story can evolve. You know, can we get him from that silver bracket? Can we get him into gold? That's what we want to see. That's what we love to see is the progression of the players as well. And Liam has
Liam's got one back
on the corner with Clivert. So we're 2-1 now.
They don't have the best weekend league finishers. Not bad at all
in comparison to their opponents. Chance here though for Liam. He's onside. And he's brought it back to 2-2.
Low driven shot there from Lucas. And he dabs on him.
That's when you throw dabs everywhere, don't you? Just to get back at them.
Then you get tilted.
Gerrard
turns
it around.
Steven Gerrard. A lot of people are asking for a video. You and Kurt. On the opinion
there's
on
a tiebreaker.
There is an equaliser.
3-3 on that one. The only thing I don't like with Brandt is the fact that he's got low stamina and low aggression, but he's got the finish because he's got 4-star on that weak foot skill move.
Such a nice card.
Yeah, I mean he's got great stats, and I don't know that he was massively expensive to do. Obviously you got that Royce as well, and Davis with the volley there.
We know he's a good player.
It's a great ball, and it's Nedved 5-star weak foot, and that is an easy finish there.
Don't miss that, does
Liam scores again, and he's going for the dab. You can see that celebration there already. There it is. Come on, Liam. You know, 5-4 going into the second leg. We've got a very, very good chance that this game can go either way. You know, it's not done and dusted, and he bundles his way through for a 5-5. He's off to dab again in the corner with Lucas. Is that the only change? Looks like it. Oh no, Javinho for Bale. So that's that new Javinho.
Are we going to see Javinho score a goal? He's just come on. He's gonna do it.
And he has one impact.
Low driven shot.
What a super sub.
Fantastic stuff.
Crazy that it's gone from 5-5 to just a 1-0 in the second leg, though. Absolutely mad. I would have thought we would have seen a lot more goals in the second leg, to be honest. I'm going to see Taliska, and that is going to be the goal, I think, that will wrap it up. So, we do not need to see any more of the other games. It is 5-1. The Steelers will be advancing. So, in the semi-finals, what I said would have been an amazing final is the Enigmas versus the Steelers.
I'm good.
They are in the semi-final together. Big games next week. You won't want to miss it. And we are here to bring you the play of the week from the FIFA 19 Arena Clash season. So, this week we had the Claymores versus the Saints, and this goal was scored by Big Stuff against Lawrence.
Really nice goal by Big Stuff. A little bit of play in the midfield, then just got it forward. Ibra held the ball up a bit. He did lose possession, but he didn't let that break his heart.
He retained. He got the ball back. And then he played it forward, got it up from Nedved to Ibrahimovic. Lovely flick over his shoulder, and then green time finish. Absolutely smashed it into the top right-hand corner.
Takes some skill to get that green time finish, especially on the turn like that. Absolutely fantastic. And that was our goal of the week.
That was indeed our goal of the week. Absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. Goal. So make sure you guys tune in on Tuesday evenings for the FIFA 19 Arena Clash, and hopefully we'll see some more plays just like that.
So you see, there are actually health and safety reasons why you can't do the links. It was a great link, Vals, but you can't do it for health and safety reasons. I might lose my job. I've got a family to feed. Sorry, guys. Sorry. No, that was fantastic. Of course, the FIFA guys, Matt and George. I can't wait to meet them at Insomnia. Are you looking forward to Insomnia?
It's going to be good. It's always going to be good.
I really, really can't wait. I just can't wait to meet all of the new casters. I can't wait to play laser tag. I just can't wait to meet all of you. So please do get your tickets in. If you haven't done it already, it's just going to be an absolute ball. It gets better every single time. Now, Vals, you're not really in trouble, but you are going to do a bit of a call to arms.
Yeah. So, one of the best parts of Belong Arena Clash is, of course, the community. If you'd love to get involved, why don't you head down to the link we've got just up there, Belong GG. Come find out where your local arena is, get involved, or just tell us whatever you have to say about any of the matches or the show we've had today over on our Twitter, there, our Facebook, or our Instagram at Belong Arenas. We'd love to hear from you.
That's enough. That's
okay.
My show. Okay, so thank you very, very much. Happy Mother's Day to you all. We are so happy that you joined us once again. And please do join us next week, because we will see which teams will go to Insomnia. Take care.
Arena Clash, a grassroots esports tournament run up and down the UK. Each week here on the Sunday Recap, we'll be catching up on all the week's action and major plays, meeting players from the teams, and looking forward to the week ahead. This is where esports begins.